Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here with a brand new thoughts video for all of you guys, and yeah, I know what you're thinking, just one day later and I actually decided to put up another thoughts video for all of you guys. Well, oddly enough, yes, because believe it or not, this is actually something really special, and oddly enough, I've waited a good 5 months to actually get right back onto doing it, and believe it or not, yeah, I guess, oddly enough, I think when you actually came to my thoughts videos, what's the first thing that comes into your mind when, of course, I do these thoughts videos? Well, the answer's pretty simple. I actually talk about the latest movie that is released in theaters, so yeah, hey, oddly enough, it's been about 5 months since, yeah. So yeah, I think it's been about exactly 5 months since after I saw a movie in theaters, and guess what I actually did? That's right, I actually saw a brand new movie in theaters, so yeah, I guess it's safe to say movie theaters are back. Well, okay, not all of them entirely, but yeah, I think it's safe to say right about now, movie theaters right about now are definitely back right about now. Well, again, not all of them, just for the time being, but still, yeah, I guess it's probably the best way to describe it. And oddly enough, where did I go to? Yeah, which movie theater did I go to of course see the latest movie? Well, believe it or not, just right around earlier today, some point around earlier this afternoon, I actually decided to head on into Cortland for a bit to of course get right into our local movie theater that we have, which was originally called the Plaza 6, but now it's officially refurbished and of course renamed into the newly opened Crown City Cinemas. So what's that? You want proof of that? Well, I think I can tell based on the ticket and the receipt that I ended up getting. So yeah, I think it's safe to say just right around earlier today, I've decided to of course head on over to of course Crown City Cinemas to of course not only check out what's actually brand new, but also catch the latest movie in theaters, to which I haven't done in well over 5 months since after this whole pandemic officially began. So yeah, that's pretty much what I did. Alright. So I think best to describe it right about now, I think with of course Crown City Cinemas right about now, it is absolutely amazing. I mean, I think it is just absolutely incredible to of course see it completely refurbished, officially gave it a new name, and yeah, oddly enough, this movie theater that we currently have, seeing how there's no current releases right about now, well, including, that's excluding one to which I'm going to be talking about later on, actually decided to, of course, by of course putting out some old classic movies that we got from the ones from the 80s, 90s, the 2000s, and even the 2010s. So I think it's safe to say that they've actually done a really great job in doing that. And yeah, oddly enough, I was lucky enough to, of course, go there. So pretty much all I did was, of course, I actually sent out an email to them, pretty much confirming my reservation to, of course, book a movie theater all to myself to, of course, see the latest movie that, of course, just hit this weekend right about now that I'm definitely gonna talk about. And believe it or not, long story short, I think it's I think probably the best way to describe it right about now, I think probably, or should I say one thing I forgot to mention is that, believe it or not, probably by the time I got into, of course, see the movie that I'm going to be talking about pretty soon, I actually had pretty much the marquee of the auditorium that I'm going to be going into with my name onto it, So yeah, I guess you can tell by the picture right by now, even though you can hardly see it, the marquee actually clearly said Ackley Party attached to it. So yeah, I think it's safe to say they were kind enough to, of course, book the movie theater yeah, or should I say the auditorium of the movie theater, all to myself, yeah, under my name, which I have to say is absolutely fantastic. I think it's actually a really, really great one to of course have right about now. So yeah. Yeah, I think when, of course, yours truly, the ever-popular Ackleyattack4427, had a marquee of the auditorium of a movie theater with his last name on it, that's gonna count for something. Alright. So, now that I've officially got that out of the way, I think it's safe to say that I think it's time for me to talk about the latest movie that just came out very recently that I might as well go ahead and talk about. So yeah, and I guess if you couldn't tell by the ticket right about now, which does have the title in it, but for those who don't know entirely, I'm of course going to be talking about the latest movie that finally just hit theaters this weekend right about now, simply known as Bill and Ted Face the Music. So. Yeah, I guess, oddly enough, yeah, that is, of course, the subject of course, my review for, of course, this thoughts video right about now, and yeah, oddly enough, I think it's actually the first movie I've seen in a while in theaters, so yeah, I've been meaning to, of course, get right back into seeing movies in theaters for quite some time, and now, seeing how some movie theaters have, of course, reopened very recently. I was lucky enough to, of course, go see this movie to, of course, see what will be going on for it. So now that, of course, it officially came out, I think it makes sense that I should talk about. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say for it. Okay. Yeah, just need a lot to, of course, for this because it's requiring me a lot of talking now. So now before I can get right on to talking about Face the Music, I think I might as well go ahead and talk about the first two Bill and Ted movies beforehand. So yeah, oddly enough, the Bill and Ted movies right about now are, of course, a couple of movies I've been wanting to, of course, see for a long time now, as, yeah, I have overlooked them for quite a long time now, and yeah, just very recently, to, of course, get myself hyped up for, of course, this movie that I'm going to be talking about. I did, of course, actually see them in their double feature Blu-ray copy that I was lucky enough to get. So yeah, I think I might as well go ahead and talk about the first two Bill and Ted movies very quickly, just to get that out of the way. Now the first one that came out in 1989, which is, of course, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. I thought that movie, when I first saw it, I thought it was, well, excellent! Sorry, I had to do that right about now, so, yeah, but yeah, I think it's safe to say I really love Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. I think it's actually a really great movie by far. Hell, I dare even say it's actually a really awesome teen comedy by far, which I do find it to be absolutely fascinating. So yeah, it's actually got some really great writing, it's got some really great comedy, it's got some, of course, visual effects that don't date pretty well, but are still pretty great, and not to mention, even pull off some really excellent performances by, of course, Alex Winter as Bill and Keanu Reeves as Ted. So yeah, I think it's safe to say I really love Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. I think it's actually a really great film nonetheless, and pretty much, to quote Bill and Ted, yeah, and I am gonna do this again, it is, well, excellent! Yeah, get used to me doing the Bill and Ted air guitar for this, because luckily I came prepared for this. Now, for, of course, its sequel, Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, I think, to which again, I don't think it's actually as strong as Excellent Adventure, but I do think it's actually a pretty good sequel nonetheless. I think they actually really stepped it up a notch with, of course, trying to do something new and creative for, of course, Bill and Ted by far, and what new challenges they have to overcome. So yeah, I don't really think Bogus Journey is actually as strong as Excellent Adventure, but I still think it's actually a pretty good sequel nonetheless. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the first two Bill and Ted movies. So yeah. Alright. So yeah, I guess right about now it pretty much takes care of the first two Bill and Ted movies and what I thought about them. Now of course, for the latest one, Bill and Ted Face the Music, now that I've officially saw it at my local movie theater not too long ago, and of course, yeah, to which again is pretty subtle when you think about it. Well, okay, not really subtle, but I think you get my point. So yeah, now that I've officially saw it at my local movie theater, what do I think of it overall? Well, I'm not gonna lie. I actually think with of course with some really great talent, and even bringing back the people who of course did the first two movies. Yeah, and of course giving a brand new spin on this, Bill and Ted Face the Music, I thought was, well, good. So yeah, I don't think it's actually great in my opinion, but I actually do think Face the Music, I actually think it's actually pretty good. So yeah, I guess it's actually pretty obvious right about now. Yeah, I mean, you were expecting something else entirely, like I would probably hate this movie or I thought it was okay. No, actually, believe it or not, I actually do think it's actually a pretty good movie. Like I said, not really as strong as the first two movies, but I do think it's actually a really good movie by far. So yeah, I guess you can obviously tell I actually really like this movie. Alright, so of course, I think I might as well go ahead and get right on to, of course, talking about some stuff that I will need to talk about, which is, of course, the main aspects for, of course, this movie. Now pretty much story-wise, it actually does take place, well over 30 years later since after the last one, where, of course, Bill and Ted have to, of course, write a song that will unite the entire world. So yeah, I think story-wise, right, but now I think it's pretty much similar to how I feel about Bogus Journey with its storyline. I think it's actually a really well structured out story by far, with of course some new and inventive ideas, and not to mention it even threw in some really awesome callbacks to the first two movies by far, which I do find it to be quite interesting. It's kind of like how I feel about of course the two Jumanji sequels. Yeah, both of which are really good and actually did do some stuff that is new and inventive, while of course at the same time giving out some interesting callbacks to the original. So I think it's safe to say Bill and Ted Face the Music actually is doing the same thing with of course bringing in some callbacks from the first two films, which I do find it to be absolutely incredible. I just really love how well it's actually done with of course structuring out its story, and I think I actually really like of course how well this movie actually turned out by far. So yeah, that's how I feel about it story-wise, and not only that, I think the characters, I have to say, both old and new, they are incredibly likable by far. So yeah, I guess right about now, I think so yeah, I guess for all the characters right about now, both old and new, they are incredibly likable. So yeah, I think whether, of course, you will be with one of the new characters, like, of course, Bill and Ted's daughters, or with the old characters, like, of course, well, Bill and Ted, I think they do actually, did do a fine job, and, of course, giving some pretty good characters, and not only that, I think this movie actually made a really strong point with, of course, giving out some pretty good character development by far. So yeah, I think I actually do believe in it. almost every single one of them, and yeah, I think it's safe to say Bill and Ted is really shines the showing, of course, this movie by far. So yeah, I think it's pretty much how I feel, but I will have to say the next one I will talk about is mainly the actors. I think, in my opinion, I think they actually did pull off some pretty good performances by far. Not really Oscar-worthy, in my opinion, but I do think it's actually pretty good, in my opinion. Like, of course, I actually really, yeah, even though they're actually much older now compared to when they first started, both Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves do pull off some really good performances as, of course, Bill and Ted. So I think they actually did do a fine job. So yeah, how could you go wrong with, of course, a couple of Valley teens now fully growing up talking like, well, like this. So yeah, I think I seem to be almost perfecting it. So yeah, I seem to be perfecting my Surfer Valley teen lingo for this one. Like, no way. So yeah, I guess it's safe to say pretty much with of course Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves, the rest of the actors in my opinion, yeah, all of which brand new to, of course, this movie, and of course the ones we got from the first two, they do pull off some pretty good performances in my opinion. And not only that, it's even mixed in with of course some really good writing, in my opinion, and even some pretty good comedy by far. So yeah, and believe it or not, there are actually quite a few moments in of course this movie where, of course, I did get some good laughs out of it. So yeah, and I won't give away what they are because that will be spoiling the movie right about now. So yeah, I guess both the writing and the comedy are really good, in my opinion. I just really love how it actually turned out, and that's the really important thing, in my opinion. I think it actually did do a fine job in what makes Bill and Ted, in my opinion, and I think this movie actually did do a fine job with, of course, those main aspects, in my opinion. So yeah, and of course, on top of that, it's even mixed in with, of course, some really good direction from the film's director, and of course, even some pretty good cinematography and pretty good editing, and of course, not to mention, they even upgraded a bit with, of course, the visual effects. Like, of course, the first two films are mainly just chroma key, CGI, rubbery type of stuff. But then again, it was in their early stages right by now. But they really did get themselves a massive upgrade by far, to which now it actually does look realistic. So yeah, I guess with all those main aspects, in my opinion, I think it's easily what makes Bill and Ted Face the Music pretty good. So yeah, it's pretty much how I feel. Alright, so I guess you can obviously tell I actually do think this movie is pretty good, but if there's one thing that I can actually complain about, in my opinion, is that I do think some scenes in this movie do drag a bit for quite a while. Like of course the stuff with, of course, Bill and Ted's daughters, to which I'm not gonna lie, Bill and Ted's daughters, they are pretty good, in my opinion, and I'm not saying the actresses who played them are bad. They of course are pretty good, and I just really love how well they actually handle their characters. But I think with of course some scenes where we actually do have them, they do seem to drag on a bit for quite a while, because yeah, to which I do find it to be quite distracting, in my opinion. Like, of course, I guess for a movie called Bill and Ted Face the Music, I think you're mainly there to see Bill and Ted. So So yeah, like I said, I actually don't hate Bill and Ted's daughters in my opinion. They are actually pretty good, and yeah, the actresses who play Bill and Ted's daughters, they are actually pretty good. But I just so wish their scenes would have been a little bit shorter, just so that we can get to the Bill and Ted stuff more and more. So, but then again, that's just my opinion by far. But does that actually hurt it nonetheless? Absolutely not. So yeah, I guess it's actually pretty clear right about now that overall, I think that Bill and Ted Face the Music, I think it's actually a pretty good movie. Again, not great as the first Bill and Ted movie, nor even much, yeah, but I think I would probably put almost a little bit above, or of course on the same level as, of course, Bogus Journey. So yeah, I guess it's safe to say I actually really do like this movie nonetheless. Not great in my opinion, but I think it's actually well worth the watch nonetheless. So yeah, I guess it's safe to say I think Bill and Ted Face the Music is actually well worth it. Alright, so yeah, I guess for my final score right about now, I'm of course going to give this movie a very solid 8 out of 10. So yeah, like I said, it's not really that great in my opinion, but I do think it's actually a pretty good one that is definitely worth checking out. So yeah, I guess as of right now, this movie is of course not only giving a theatrical release, but it's also very recently released on demand right about now. So yeah, I guess if anything, if Bill and Ted Face the Music is playing in your movie theater that's opened up right about now, then I definitely say definitely buy a ticket to, of course, go see it. But as long as of course you of course stay to the social distancing guidelines, seeing how we are still in this ongoing pandemic as we speak, I think you should be fine right by now. Or yeah, or even better, yeah, if of course you're relaxing at home and of course you don't want to, of course, see a movie in theaters, seeing of how the one you're at is currently closed down, then don't worry about a thing. Like I said, the movie is currently available on demand, so if you got the time, definitely check it out. I recommend, yeah, I truly recommend seeing the movie on demand as well. So yeah, I think it's pretty much what I have to say. So yeah, I guess. So yeah, I guess if anything, whether you would see in the theaters or of course seeing at home right about now, I say definitely check this movie out. I think it's truly enough to of course quote Bill and quote the famous line from of course Bill and Ted themselves: "Be excellent to each other and party on, dudes." So yeah, I guess whatever the case, definitely check out Bill and Ted Face the Music. By far, it is actually a pretty good movie, and whatever the case right about now, I think it's actually well, pretty much it is of course one adventure that is that will of course truly be, well, excellent. Yeah, you all saw this coming. I just had to ramp on now. So yeah, that's literally about it. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and let me know in the comment section below if you saw Bill and Ted Face the Music and what you thought about it, as well as of course leaving me constructive criticism and or advice on how I can improve my videos in the near future. And of course, as always, feel free to send me an email if you have any questions for me right about now. Follow me on my social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and plenty other social media sites that I have provided, to which all the links to them are down in the description box below. And of course, if you enjoyed today's video right about now, then definitely give this video a massive thumbs up, as it really does help this channel out. And of course, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and of course turn on the notification bell and select all notifications if you want to keep up to date with me. So yeah, that's literally about it. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and yeah, it does feel good to be back to, of course, seeing movies in theaters once again. Well, yeah, well then again, I think the only question now is, will I ever hit up Crown City Cinemas again to, of course, catch the latest movie if it ever does come out? Well, absolutely. absolutely. So yeah, I'm really quite curious to see on what will be going down. So yeah, I guess for the time being, I'll of course stick to, of course, seeing of course movies that are released digitally right about now, and yeah, like I said, those thoughts videos based on the poll that I did not too long ago, those are definitely coming. So yeah, expect that by, of course, the first weekend of September right about now. That's when I'll have them in by. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say. So yeah, I definitely wouldn't mind catching the latest movie in theaters again pretty soon. I think it'll probably depend on, of course, what new one that just came out. That I think it's actually well worth checking out. So yeah, we'll probably have to wait and see. So yeah, I guess until then, all I have to do is just keep on waiting until then. So yeah, and I guess that's it. I know I've been going on for too long, but hey, I have to. So yeah, I guess that's literally about it. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. So yeah, take care, guys.